Instrumental music is primarily produced by musical instruments. Do you want to know more of this? Welcome to Music 8, and all together we will explore the instrumental music of the South, Central, and West Asia. So, be ready with your pen, paper, and self-learning module. I'm Teacher Anna, and welcome to our learning channel. Musical instruments of these countries, especially India and Pakistan, have something in common. Let's see how other Asian countries differ from each other. These instruments play a very important role as a melodic and rhythmic accompaniment to a song or a dance. After going through this module, you are expected to: number 1, identify the different instrumental music of India, Pakistan, Israel, and other significant instruments of Arab and Middle Eastern countries. Number 2, improvise simple rhythmic accompaniment to Asian music. And number 3, perform music from South Asia and Middle East with own accompaniment. And always remember, dear learners, to write all your answers on your module. Before we proceed, let's check your prior knowledge about the lesson. Read and understand each statement and choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Musical instruments from India that are described as non-membranous percussive instruments. Letter A, Avanad. Letter B, Gan. Letter C, Sushir. And letter D, Tat. Number 2, also known as blown air instruments, characterized by the use of air to excite the various resonators. Letter A, Avanad. Letter B, Gan. Letter C, Sushir. And letter D, Tat. Number 3. This music strengthens the importance of musical instruments in Pakistan. Letter A, Bhangra. Letter B, Mridangam. Letter C, Punjabi. Letter D, Tala. Number 4. Here is an example of a bowed stringed instrument. Letter A, Dol. Letter B, Dolak. Letter C, Rabak. And letter D, Sarangi. Number 5. A dance in Israel where accompaniment is used and has strong offbeats and asymmetric meters. Letter A, Bhangra. Letter B, Mridangam. Letter C, Punjabi. And letter D, Hora. Okay, my dear learners, let's check your answers. Now, let's try if we can identify instruments of the South, Central, and West Asia. Group the musical instruments given below to its country of origin. Let's see if you got the correct answer. But if you did not, don't you worry, you're going to learn more of this as we go on our lesson in this video. Get ready, learners. Fasten your seatbelt and let's start our journey. Let us start with the musical instruments from India. There are 5 classifications of India's musical instruments. Number 1, gun. Described as a non-membranous percussive instrument, it is one of the oldest classification of instrument in India. These instruments are played by tapping the surface with the fingers and the base of the palm. These instruments are simply strapped together to provide rhythmic support to a music. Here is the instrumental sound of the manjira. And the instrumental sound of the kartal. Number 2, avanad. Described as a membranous percussive instrument. This class of instruments comprise the drums. These instruments are played by beating the drum heads. Number 3, soshir. These are also known as the blown air instrument. It is characterized by the use of air to excite the various resonators. Number 4, that. Referred to as the veena during the old civilization. These are string instruments that are played by plucking. Okay, let's see also the musical instruments of Pakistan. Pakistan is a part of Central Asia. Punjabi music strengthens the importance of musical instrument in Pakistan. Punjab is a region in South Asia, which is divided into West Punjab, Pakistan, and East Punjab, India. And Bhangra is one of the most recognized forms of Punjab, and it is based on the drum rhythm of Dol. Here are the examples of the musical instruments of Pakistan. We have the harmonium, the robab, the tabla, and the dholak. And we have the instrumental music of Israel, one of the dance that often has strong offbeats and asymmetric meters. Here are the examples of the musical instruments of India. And of course, we can see other significant instruments of the Arab countries and other significant Middle Eastern instruments. Have you enjoyed our journey, learners? Great! In your module, there are 2 assessments that you need to accomplish in the What's More part. In Assessment 1, you have to identify the name of the instruments, the country of origin, and the classification of instruments. May it be chordophone, ediophone, aerophone, electrophone, or membranophone. In Assessment 2, you have to give details of the instrumental music of Pakistan and India. What are its similarities and differences? In the What I Have Learned part, read the instruction given on your module. No need to use a separate sheet for your answers. You can write your responses on your module. Can we sing and perform with our own musical instrument as well? Of course we can! There are 2 options in this activity and you are to choose one only. In option 1, if you can connect to the internet, you may search the Israeli folk song entitled Zoom, Gali Gali Zoom in YouTube. And in option 2, think of any original Filipino folk song. So there are things to do in either option 1 or option 2. Number 1, you have to master the melody of the song. Number 2, while mastering its melody, you have to prepare or make your own improvised musical instrument. Number 3, perform your song using your improvised instrument. Number 4, have a video of your performance and send it to your teacher's messenger account or to be copied upon submission of module by your parent or guardian. And number 5, you have to analyze and evaluate your performance using music elements. Please refer to your past modules about the music elements. Be guided with the rubrics on your module in designing your instrument and your music performance. You're nearly done, dear learners. Now, let's check how much you have learned from our lesson. Read and understand each statement carefully. Write T if the statement is true, and write F if the statement is false. Okay, number 1. Dhol is a membranous percussive instrument in India which is similar to dholak of Pakistan. Number 2. Tabla, a membranous instrument that is common to India and Israel. Number 3. Ghatam is an example of gun that is described as a membranous percussive instrument. Number 4. Bhangra is one of the most recognized form of Punjab and is based on the drum rhythm of Dhol. And number 5, goblet drum, darbuk, tambourine, and other instruments associated with Middle Eastern music are used as accompaniment. Okay, let's check your answers. For your last activity, my dear learners, you have to name 5 musical instruments either from the South, Central, and West Asia, and 5 Cordillera instruments that have the same manner of playing to these Asian instruments. In your module, there are still activities that we did not discuss in this video. Don't forget to accomplish and also master your music performance. Well done, dear learners! Thank you for watching W5-8 TV.